I'm going to shoot some straight talk to you about running using the Maffetone method and Zone 2 training to keep it simple, because we all kind of need things simple in our lives. And I know I need things simple because I'm struggling right now, and I'm just being honest. And I think I need to share, because if I'm struggling, maybe there's somebody else out there that's struggling just as much. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. Running slow can be easy. Running can be very beneficial in a lot of different ways, and I'll save that for another video. But what I'm talking to you about today is when things don't seem so simple. You are using a method, 180 minus your age, Zone 2, you know your maximum heart rate, you know your heart rate reserve, you can figure out where all your zones are. Put that aside, put it aside. If you are new to running, if you are coming back from an injury, if any of these things is the case with you, and you're thinking about using heart rate training, there are some things that you need to understand, and I mean this with all honesty. From my heart to yours, there are 3 main factors that are going to cause you a lot of grief. It's going to cause you to question yourself. It's going to really either going to push you in the right direction, or it'll deter you from even using one of these methods to be able to run faster for longer at the same low heart rate. We all have different outlooks on life. We all have different things that we are trying to achieve in our fitness and in our running. I'm going to tell you a story, kind of help set the process up in the right direction, because we all need a little help from time to time. And this is me helping you figure it out sooner than later and not go through all the crap that I've had to go through to really understand what happens after 40, 50, 60, 70 and above. It's for us, because we're changing. We're changing in a lot of ways that we don't want to maybe necessarily want to see happen. The last few years has been a real struggle for me. And as I get older, there's a lot of things that I do not want to come to terms with. And one of them is getting older. I have kind of struggled in my head with this concept, but we all know that we can't stop time. Time is going to continue on long after we're gone. It's just the reality of it. And kind of coming to grips with that fact and comparing yourself to where you were a couple of years ago sucks. I'm just calling it out, it sucks. However, I am an optimist, and I have always looked at life through more of a rose-eyed glass, so to speak. And so I'm going to throw a couple of things your way, and maybe you'll resonate with it, and maybe you won't. And either way, it doesn't really matter, because your journey is different than what my journey is. So this year, or well, actually I should say the last 2 years, I've put on a little bit of weight. And it's kind of embarrassing. And there's no two ways about it. It happened. And I'm here. A lot heavier than I would like to admit. Running is very difficult. I just feel like you're sloshing around all the fat on your gut, and it sucks, and I don't like it, and it really drives me crazy. And I've talked about this in the past, but the reality is, if you're a runner over 40, there has to be some strength exercises that you need to do just to maintain our muscles. Because when we don't have, because as we get older, our metabolism slows down. If we don't use our muscles, they start to disappear. I know, I've felt them. The upper body, I don't know where it's gone. And it's terrible. And I hate looking at myself, seeing what I've allowed to happen. It's my ownership. I own this. It's my body. It's my life. And I screwed up. I really started up great years ago, but I've allowed myself to get soft, pudgy, thinking, running is going to solve everything. Running is going to work wonders for me. I'll lose weight. Everything's going to be good. And while it does, it also doesn't. So as our bodies change and our dietary considerations change, we have to adapt to those changes. And if we don't adapt to those changes, or I should say, if I don't adapt to these changes, then the cycle is going to continue. And I don't like where the cycle is going right now. I feel like I'm 5 steps backwards and maybe 1 baby step forward. And this is really showing in the last 2 months. A lot has happened to my family in that time, with regards to my wife, with regards to my mother-in-law, and a number of other people. Okay, I'm not going to get into all the details. What I can say is it's extremely stressful, very sad, it's very frustrating, and it's stress and stress. From a financial standpoint, from a relationship standpoint, from friendship standpoint to, I don't know, everything kind of in between. And as I get a lot of this stress put on me, how I deal with it is I eat. I eat comfort food. And I know how bad it is, and I got no one to blame but myself. And because I'm getting older, as time is ticking by, and I've decided to eat these comfort foods while my metabolism is slowing down, I'm burning, like I have the muscle mass I don't have, so I'm not burning all of the fat or all of the calories that I would burn if I was at rest that I was a number of years ago. My body has done a 180, and I have to wrap my mind around that. So you will see some changes that are coming my way, and I'm super pumped about these. But strength training, it's coming into play. It's happening. It's happening tomorrow. And since it's American Thanksgiving, first off, I should say happy Thanksgiving to all my American subscribers. I really, really see you, I hear you, and I appreciate every single one of you. I would not be here if I didn't make my very first video and YouTube push it out and you guys connect with it and watched all of my past videos. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, my subscribers, my friends, online friends. I wouldn't be here. So thank you from my heart to yours, because I am super grateful for everything, okay? I just want you to know that, from me to you. I also have to talk about sleep, because I think a lot of people, and very much me included, don't really realize how much of an impact good quality sleep can have on your body. And I have been sleeping terrible. This year probably has been the worst sleeping patterns I've experienced in a long time. Up way too late at night, struggling to get a proper 7 hours, even 5 hours, maybe 4. Like sometimes it's like 4 hours sleep. There's too much on my mind. I can't kind of relax. Even if I'm reading a book, I fall asleep, but it's not restful sleep. I'm just very stressed. Like there's so much stuff going on. And because of that, I suffer. I allow my body to suffer. I know what needs to be done, but I'm just struggling to make it happen. And I think that's another contributing factor to the weight that I have put on. Dumb mistakes, really, mistakes that should not be I should not be allowing these things to happen on my watch right now. I'm better than this. I know what's going on. So really, at the end of the day, it comes down to me and the choices that I'm making, working with the new body that I have been given, making necessary changes to my running routine, because I want to be able to run longer. I want to be able to run faster still. I still want to be able to have these things. And I know that I can because I've seen people out there doing it. I've been there. Again, no comparison to where I was before, but I know I still have it up here to be able to do what I need to do. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped to know that I can do these things. It's just getting to a point that is sustainable under these circumstances where I am right now. This is just a where I am right now thing. Like, this isn't a forever thing, because I'm gonna get through all these challenges because I know the actions I need to take, and with the actions I take, it reinforces the feelings that I want to have, and when that happens, I go in a good direction, know where it needs to happen and where it needs to go. I'm just grateful that I'm on this planet to be able to do what it is that I do, and I'm in a position to do these things that I'm doing. Hormones can change a lot in men when we get older. Anytime after 40 and 50, things are so different when it comes to our hormones. And being able to deal with the insulin levels that our body is trying to deal with, and fat storage and utilization, like, our bodies go through a massive change. And if we're not prepared, if we don't think about these things, what's going to happen is we'll end up going down the cycle of putting on more weight and wonder what the heck is going on. Like, for me, this is what's been going on. I've been sitting there talking to myself going, seriously, what the heck is happening to me? I'm putting on weight, but yet I run. You know, until about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I was running pretty close to like 5 times a week. 10K, nice and slow, fat burning, you know, the whole thing, right? But it really wasn't working a whole lot. And I was like, what the heck is happening? Just because you've done something the same way over and over and over, and it's worked, doesn't mean that it's always going to work, right? You have to adapt to what is going on with your body. It's biology, man. It's biology. You're never going to stay the same. It's not the way your body works. And I got to adapt to life. The way our bodies react to insulin also matters a lot, because insulin also handles how metabolism works, and how fat and energy is stored, like fat's used, and how your energy system is operating. Look, I'm no doctor. I struggle with these things from time to time to kind of put it into words. I know the way it works, but sometimes it's hard for me to kind of put it into words. But at the end of the day, trying to run for as long as you possibly can, stay strong. These things are important. And if you don't listen to what's going on around you, you may get left behind. In a couple of cases, this is kind of what's been going on with me. And this is I call it a knock knock moment, where you have to respond. That's the way it goes. That's the way it is. So if you're wondering why things aren't working while you're using the Maffetone method, first off, look at your age. Are you above 40? If you are, you got to pay attention to the kind of clues that your body is giving you, right? It's kind of talking to you in a different language that you don't quite understand yet. I know that's what it was like for me. I just didn't really understand. But I think in time, the longer this goes, the more you start to kind of clue in. Okay, it's time that I do something a little different. And I plan on bulking up a little bit. I mean, not massively, but I plan on filming at the gym. I'm gonna join first, and that's tomorrow. So I'm gonna join. And then, well, when you're watching this, I'll probably be in the gym as you're watching this video. So just know that I am gonna be in the gym. I will be building muscle. I will be doing exercises for runners, and I will take you along on my journey with that. But I will also be bulking up on the upper. I want muscles. My muscles have disappeared. The last 4 years, it's been bad. And I've moved a lot of people. Like, I have clients that moved and whatever, and you know, moving them while you're trying to, I don't know, deal with, you know, how your body is, it's kind of a challenging thing. So it's kind of made me very well aware that there are things that have to change. And I'm okay with that. So yeah, there will be that. Because all my other goals, they're still there. I still know what I want to achieve and what it is I want to do. So just know that I just need to pay attention to those and move out of this guy's way so he can park. Because I was taking up a parking spot. So my big 3 reasons why you're gonna struggle using low heart rate training or the Maffetone zone or whatever the heck you wanna call it, comes down to your diet and what food you are putting in your body. Number 2 is how much weight do you have? And number 3 is the sleep quality that you're getting. Those 3 things, actually, sorry, there's one other one, and I've talked about it before. That 4th one is stress. Those are your 4 pillars. And if one of them falls, they all tend to go. I don't care which one falls first, you will fall down. And I have fallen down. I'm okay to accept it. I'm okay to acknowledge it, because now that I've acknowledged it, it's time to do something with it. This year, I feel like I've made a number of these videos and I feel like I'm on repeat. It's like, have I not learned my lesson yet? But every day I'm learning something new. I'm learning something new. I'm learning a lot about the medical system, I tell you that. Man, getting older sucks. but we can't stop it. You just got to keep going. You got to keep on running, and that's what I plan on doing, is just keep on running. And I know that I've kind of gotten long in the tooth today just talking, but I think these are important points that I make, specifically if you're wanting to run using these methods that I've talked about today. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope I didn't kind of bore you too much with my talking, but I think it's important. I think it's just very important. So anyways, that's what I got to talk to you about today, and I hope this video finds you well. I went out for a run the other day. It was the first 10K I've done in weeks. And man, it felt hard. It felt great to be out, and I was excited, but it was a hard thing to do. I didn't really have a goal in mind with what I wanted to see, but what I did find is, first off, I can still run. That's fine. But my time is extremely slow because I'm paying attention to heart rate, because my heart rate was high. It was high again. And so, anyways, I've done a lot of walking over the last little while. It's not on Strava, because I kind of keep forgetting to start it, because I'm not in the mind frame of, hey, look, I'm running. But I did a number of videos Look, I'm already out of breath. I was in Toronto on Sunday, and I filmed a number of videos for the Santa Claus parade and behind the scenes and, a number of other things about Toronto. And I put that on my channel. And, I just didn't press start on my watch. It was just something I wasn't thinking about. So, that Sunday, I think I covered about 23 kilometers just walking. I hadn't done something like that in a long time. So I'm still active. But my dietary habits has to change. There's no doubt about it. Something has to change with that. And I'm just a work in progress. Just trying to figure my stuff out, just like all of you, because all of you are very different than everybody else. So we're all doing the best that we can with the circumstances that kind of come our way. And right now, I'm like steps from the Newmarket Hospital. And there's been a lot of these visits. And I'm out here trying to figure out, my life while some other people are having struggles with their life. And this is where it comes for Thanksgiving, because I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for the life that I have been given, because a lot of people don't have a very good life. A lot of people take their lives for granted. A lot of people are struggling every single day just for survival. And my heart breaks when I see that. Look, this is a running channel, but this is also my life channel. This is where I get to express my feelings, my thoughts on what's going on with me, my fitness, my outlook on things. And I think when people are struggling and they're down and out, sometimes they just need that smile. They just need someone to believe in them, for them to be seen and heard. Because too many times we walk by people that are homeless and we don't even give them a second thought. We feel uncomfortable, right? We make it all of a sudden about us. And specifically on Thanksgiving, I think I don't know. Maybe pick up the phone and give someone you love a call and let them know that you appreciate them. It may be a hard thing for you to do because you may have not spoken to that person for a while. But what I can tell you, and what I can honestly tell you from the heart, I've had to make some of those hard calls, and they do appreciate. They are thankful. They do want to hear from you. Just my little Thanksgiving message. So for anyone out there struggling, I hear you, I see you, I acknowledge you. You're not alone. Bad times will pass, good times will come into play, and you just got to take action. You got to have hope. You got to believe that things will change, because they will. Every day is like a new day. It's like a video game. You get 3 lives, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can do this. Just reach out to anyone you need to connect with, who can help you. And like I always say, get out and run. It's your life. Make it on your terms. Until Sunday, have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.